Hey everybody, and welcome to the HHL. It's gonna be just a little show slash podcast slash whatever it is gonna turn into, um, where I talk about Halloween shows, movies, um, really everything Halloween. Gonna be ranking series, franchises like classic Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Terrifier movies, Saw maybe if we get around to it, but and shows and their specials that are on TV, everything like that. Um, Halloween's always been big for me and very important to me. Greatest time of the year, best weather. Always the greatest, in my opinion, always the greatest time to watch TV. Like Christmas is great too, but like Halloween, holiday wise, for TV and everything, with how scary it is just the greatest in my opinion. And today I'm going to be talking about and ranking all of the Halloween Family Guy episodes, all 7 of them. And there's like some other ones that are like classified as Halloween ones, but I don't declare them and have them as Halloween episodes and specials because they're just like there's nothing. They're just like scary, if you will, not really based around Halloween. And I wanted to start off with Family Guy for this because there's going to be a new Family Guy Halloween episode or special, whatever you want to call it, coming out this year, and it's called like Fright Night or something like that, or like whatever it's gonna be called, Fright musical, whatever it is. It's supposedly gonna be a musical, Stewie and Brian and some other people, but like, which I think it's gonna be well. I think if you know Family Guy and you've seen their other musicals, if that's what it is, I think that's gonna be really well. I don't know if that's what it is exactly, but I hope it is because Road to Coag and all that were great, and they were phenomenal episodes. So I'm really excited to see what they come up with there. And I think Family Guy, as we all know, is very stale and has been very stale for like the last 12 seasons. I mean, like after the first 9, 10, if you will, the show's not great. We all know the show's not great. So I'm all for if they want to dive into like the holidays as their big thing, where it's Halloween and it's Christmas, and maybe they could do some more Thanksgiving episodes. I know they've done that in the past. But yeah, 7 Halloween episodes that I think are Halloween episodes. You can't see me throwing up my hands in quotation marks, but that's what I classify as Halloween episodes. Let me run you through the 7 that we're going to be looking at. Happy Halloween, Peter Normal Activity, Must Love Dogs, Peter Pumpkin Cheater, Halloween on Spooner Street, Petergeist, and Then There Were Fewer. Those are the 7 that we're going to be looking at. I'm really excited to where this go. I mean, I think and I hope that I'm going to make a lot of these videos and a lot of these podcasts, whatever you want to call them. Because I do love Halloween, and I love watching Halloween shows and movies. Like, I will binge them all the time. Like, as I'm recording, this is August 17th, 18th, whatever the case may be. And I've already been watching all of like Halloween stuff. So I think I'm gonna make a lot of these. I'll probably start with the comedies, if you will. So right now it's Family Guy, then I might move on to Bob's Burgers, and then I might tackle the 300 Treehouse of Horrors there are, which they all just suck after like the first 10. But no, that'll be fun. I kind of want to go that direction. Then we might start going on to my favorite series, which is Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all of that. So we might tackle all of that after we get through the comedies like these, and then we might dive into kids Disney's specials, like everything, like Halloween Town, or literally just anything that you can think of that you want me to talk about. Do I'll watch it and I'll give it a shot, even if it isn't something that I've already seen, which would probably be very rare, but it could be. I would still love to watch, and I would love to see where it goes. But without further ado, let's get into my worst ranked Family Guy Halloween episode. And that would have to be none other than Must Love Dogs, Season 20, Episode 3. I think this one is just like, yeah, it's fine, and it's passable, but it's more just about Quagmire trying to get the woman, and it's like, I just don't see... I don't really see the Halloween part of it. I know Stewie is trying to get back his candy that he thinks Peter stole from him. But, like, that's it. And the main story is just Brian trying to screw over Quagmire from getting this girl. And it's like 50 dogs she brings over and moves in with Quagmire. Like, it's just like... It's just not really Halloween-y, if you know what I mean. And there's like... It doesn't feel like a Halloween special where some of these... It feels really Halloween or it's scary, right? And it tries to be scary. That does none of these things here. Probably the best parts, in my opinion, would be Quagmire in the kitchen and he says walk, and then all like 600 dogs start slamming into the kitchen and run him over, and then it's just, that's really good. And then another great part is at the end, where it turns out that it's Chris and Peter that stole Stewie's candy and like screwed him over, and then they're on a beach eating it together. I think that's really hilarious. But like, other than that, there's really nothing in this episode that says that this is Halloween, other than that, like, Stewie's part of like getting candy and trying to keep it safe and all that. So I mean, for that, in my opinion, that's gotta rank dead last. Because, I mean, as we get later on, you'll see that there's some really good Halloween ones out here. If I had to rate it out of 10, I'd probably give it... I'd probably have to just give it, like, a lousy, like... It's passable, I guess, and especially for later on Family Guy, it's, like, right on par with later on Family Guy. For Season 20, this is right on par for what you get for Family Guy. So out of 10, I'd probably rate it, like, a 5. If I had to, like, so 5 out of 10 for Must Love Dogs is probably where I'm at with it. And, yeah, that's the worst one for sure. Moving on to the second worst one. That would have to be Happy Halloween, Season 21, Episode 6. And now here's what I'll say. This one does something that the Must Love Dogs did not do. And you feel Halloween in this, especially at the beginning. And they're at that, like, carnival festival, whatever you want to call it. And then all of that. Just the whole beginning. And even, like, the hologram stuff. You still get a sense of that it's Halloween. So what you did not get in that last one, you get in Happy Halloween. Like, so if you want something just to watch that's Halloween, this is it, in my opinion. They're like, they do a great job. They could have done more, in my opinion. I don't really know, like, how I would have done it just with the storyline itself, but, like, I think they accomplished that goal. So they definitely earned them a couple more points in my books about that. The storyline itself is fine. It's fine, I guess. And especially for Season 21, I think this is a really good episode for Season 21. I haven't really watched much of that season, just because it's later Family Guy. Like, who really watches that much? But I think for this late in the show, this is a good episode. Overall, do I think it's a great episode? Compared to the other Halloween episodes, do I think it's great? No, not really. But I do think, for what you're getting later on, this one's good. This one's good. Probably my favorite part would just be the Spotify ads, the unskippable Spotify ads where they walk into. It's like a little event that's at their, like, festival, their Halloween festival at the beginning, and they walk in there and it's like a little horror thing, and then the Untuck It shirt, yeah, that's really good. And then it comes back later where Peter switches it with that mad scientist to get the hologram maker, which I think is great, to make a hologram of himself. I think that's pretty great. But, like, other than that, nothing really sticks out. Like, maybe Peter in the walls, and he cut the little eye holes out of the wall art. But like nothing overly sticks out about this one, in my opinion. Other than just great fall Halloween vibes, this one's meh, you know? Out of 10, what would I rate Happy Halloween? I think I'm a little bit harsh on these ones just because they are later on and it's Family Guy. Like, I might just be more leaning towards when I do like Bob's Burgers or Simpsons to like be nicer to them. But for Family Guy, I'd probably rate this 6 out of 10. Like, this does not do a whole lot for me. Other than you feel like it's Halloween, the storyline's okay, I guess. Everything's just like meh and just like okay. So probably I'd give it 6 out of 10. It would rank higher than Must Love Dogs. It is much better than Must Love Dogs. I have to say that. It's much better. But that's not saying much because that episode's pretty ass in my opinion. Like, it's just not good. It's bottom of the barrel. But that's Happy Halloween. I'd still check it out, you know, if you got a lot of spare time or if you're, you know, just getting into Family Guy and you want to get festive for Halloween. The third best one, in my opinion. Well, sorry, not the third best one. The third worst one. There's a big difference there. Big difference there. The third worst one is Peter Pumpkin Cheater, season 22, episode 6 or 8. I don't remember what I wrote down here. This one, in my opinion, is solid. This one's solid, in my opinion. From now on, you get into episodes and specials, because I think this one's classified as a special. This one like came out a couple years ago. This one's solid. Like, this one you should check out if you want an alternative. If you haven't checked out a Family Guy Halloween episode and you want to get, you know, the vibes and the feel of it, I would definitely check this one out because this one's good. And might I say, throughout the whole episode, I mean, Peter's in a pumpkin for the majority of it. You got Stewie bring Rupert to life, which then he tries to kill Brian, which is one of my favorite parts, and Stewie has to kill him in the bathroom. I think that's very, very well done. I think that's absolutely hilarious. Stewie's Cher. I mean, and just like, oh, Brian, if you don't want to be Cher, I could be Cher, it's fine. That is like clearly wants to be. Everybody's cheating in the pumpkin festival. Everybody has a fat guy in their pumpkin. Joe's rival in this whole pumpkin contest is sleeping with Bonnie, and Bonnie's like, oh, it's just pumpkin, you know, it's just pumpkin things, you know, that's it. It's not anything more, but she's clearly sleeping with him, and I think this is very well done, and this is very good, especially for being season 22. I hate to harp on it so much, but later Family Guy is terrible. Even middle Family Guy is terrible. I don't know if I've seen it so much, that middle portion of it, but like it's so bad. It is so bad. So this is very, very, you know, I tip my hat to everybody over there that came up with this. Yeah, I feel like this is really good, and this for a holiday special, for Halloween one too. This is very well done. I've already kind of said what my favorite parts were. Probably out of 10, I would have to rate this. Like, this is really good. You feel Halloween in this, which I love. And you will always get extra bonus points if you feel like what the holiday is that you're basing it around. Like, you feel like I feel like I want to drink some hot chocolate, and I want to put my sweater on and watch this with the leaves falling, cool breeze blowing. So probably out of 10, I'd have to rate it like a 7.5. Like, this is solid. From now on, like I said, this is solid, very good, well done. Round of applause for everybody that came up with this. And let's move on to number 4. This one, yeah, it would probably have to be Paranormal Activity, season 14, episode 4. It's where the gang goes, and after seeing a terrible movie, a terrible horror movie, they want to come up with their own horror movie. So then they go to this abandoned place to try to come up with their own storyline and everything. And some of the storylines that they come up with is absolutely hilarious. The soap killing one, where everybody just keeps walking up the stairs and they keep going in the bathroom and the soap keeps killing them. It's so stupid but so great. And then Cleveland's one where he thinks, it's scary that the zombies missed their shuttle, and the whole time the guy's just changing the light bulb at the hospital. They end up killing the KKK leader, which I think is great, and they end up having to bury his car, and then the car starts honking as soon as it starts being buried. They're like, "Oh man, it's alive!" And they gotta hit it with shovels. I think that's great. And then when Peter gets home the night after killing the guy and all that, the moments with him and Lois in the kitchen where he keeps thinking that she's like saying that she found out about what he did last night. Jan Itter dead. Yeah, I mean, the John Mellencamp song, I like the new book, like everything is absolutely hilarious in my opinion there. Very, very well done, especially for being season 14, episode 4. This is very well done. Great name too. A lot of these have great names. They like can really, 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 like if we look through the list, like Happy Halloween, Peter Pumpkin Cheater, like those are like Paranormal Activity that we're talking about now. Like those are great names in my opinion for episodes. Like very, very fun. It reminds me of the Treehouse of Horror episodes that would just make fun of their spoofs and all that. I think so. This is very well done. Out of 10, I'd give Paranormal Activity 8 out of 10. I think this is very well done. You feel the Halloween and fall vibes with this one. The storyline is incredible. So many funny moments that'll have you laughing for sure. You feel it with this one. This one, I don't know if I'm just a little biased because I grew up watching this one a lot, but this one's really good and well done. And then now on to the third best, and yes, best. I'm going to switch from worst to best, so this would be the third best. And I would go with Halloween on Spooner Street, season 9, episode 4. This one is very, very well done, very iconic, and I would say a lot of people remember this one the most out of all their Halloween ones. Like, yeah, some people might say that they remember, Peter Geist the most and all that, but I don't think they do. This is the one that's iconic because it has Chris and Meg making out in the closet. It has Stewie trying to get his candy back because that kid stole. Tries blowing him up, and then they spray paint Brian Pink to be the Pink Panther. They had to get Lois then at the end to go and ask for her candy back, and then Lois is telling the other mom, she's like, "Oh yeah, go take $40 out of your purse and put it in the bag too." And she's like, "Well, I don't have anything." And she says, "Well, then I'll come back tomorrow and it's gonna be $80. She's like, "And then I'm taking You're Welcome, Matt." And she's just like, "Oh my god." So this one's very, very good. And then yeah, I think this is definitely the third best. Rightfully so, in the right place here. It has the dick pump joke where Quagmire's like, "I swear this isn't my mail," and he's like, "It's for some Dick Pump," and then Dick Pump walks over and grabs his mail, and he's like, "Oh man, something embarrassing inside." So it's funny. This is a very good episode. You feel it. I mean, trick-or-treating, it's the night of Halloween. You really, really feel that it's Halloween night. So again, We're giving that a couple extra points. The storylines between it, everything really, really is enticing with this. The guy's trying to prank, if you will, if I can use that word, Quagmire, because every single year at Halloween, they prank one of them. So then Joe sleeps with Quagmire and pretends to be the waitress at this restaurant. So, like, that's really exciting. And then you got Chris and Meg's thing going on where they're drunk at the party making out in the closet. And then you have Stewie and Brian trying to, get the candy back. Very, very good. Very, very, very well done. Every single aspect. There's no lull moment in this where you're like, oh, man, let me go on my phone. Let me scroll a little bit. Let me forget about what's on the TV. It has you engaged the whole episode. And I feel like this was probably like some of the last great Family Guy that like came out, in my opinion. Because I think about like it just goes downhill after this. It really does go downhill after this. So I tip my hat to Halloween on Spooner Street. I think it's very well done. Rating it out of 10, I would give it a. Like I said before, I'm really harsh on the Family Guy here, but I would give it an 8.5. And I know this is a lot of people's favorites, and they're probably like, oh, how'd you only give it an 8.5? It should have been 10 out of 10. But 8.5 is a lot, in my opinion. Like, for other things, if this was like another series or something, this would have been like a 9.5, and we're closing in on 10. But 8.5 is really, really good, in my opinion. I'll watch this, if it's just randomly on the TV. I'll put it on. Like, there's nothing against this episode. The second best, coming in at number 2, the second best Family Guy episode, and this was in Family Guy's heyday. This is when they're pumping out the greatest episodes ever, and they're being peak hilarious, and this whole episode is absolutely hilarious from start to finish. And that would be Petergeist, Season 4, Episode 26. Which, by the way, 26 episodes in a season of Family Guy is insane, in my opinion. Like, that's insane. If you're doing one a week, right, which they were doing back then, I imagine. I don't think I was alive back then when Season 4 was on. Maybe I was. I might have been. I assume they're doing one a week. Like, that's half the year there's a Family Guy episode on. Now there's only doing, like 10, 12? Whatever the case may be. Yeah, I mean, it's the same way with, like, South Park, too. They're only doing 10 episodes, but before they had, like, 20 plus. And, like, South Park is much worse, in my opinion, now. But anyways, back on to Petergeist. Great episode. Stewie gets... Yeah, I mean, it's like Poltergeist. Have you seen the movie Poltergeist? I mean, which, by the way, that's a phenomenal movie. You take what happened on set of that movie and offset and all that movie's incredible. Long-lasting history. This movie's great, though. They got the skull in the backyard. They dig it up. Stewie gets sucked in to this portal in the closet and all that. And then the exit portal is Meg's ass, which is hilarious. And Stewie finding out that he says, oh, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going through Meg's ass. And then Peter is golfing, and then the balls are just shooting right out and smashing the windows, hit Lois right in the shin. Everything about this episode is phenomenal and hilarious. You should watch it for sure. Herbert versus the tree in the backyard, where it's like Lord of the Rings, and he says, "You shall not pass," and then hits his walker on the ground, big hole opens up, and then he's fighting it, and they're falling down into the middle of Earth. I think that's very well done. There's Stewie singing some Phil Collins when he's in the portal because the echo and all that. I mean, there's so much. This is like prime Family Guy. Like what you get in there is just prime Family Guy jokes and the cutaways and everything. I mean, Carrot Top's in it. There's one critique, if I had to make a critique about this one, would be that it just doesn't feel like Halloween too much. Like, it does in the sense of the storyline, but, like, it doesn't, like, I mean, the whole Carrot Top, once Stewie gets out of the portal and all that, and the other side and all that, it loses me feeling like a Halloween special, because there's just, the trees are just green. Like, I think it would be placed in the middle of summer, so it doesn't really feel like Halloween. There's no, like, costumes, there's no trick-or-treating, there's none of that. So up until he gets out is, like, I think exactly Halloween horror movie vibe. Like, phenomenal. And then he gets out and Carrot Top is there, and then they rebury it. It's funny, and it'll make you laugh, but that part does not make it feel like it's Halloween at all. Which maybe docks at a point in my book, and which maybe stops it from being a 10 out of 10 and number one on the list, or tied on number one on the list. Because number one on the list, I mean, you just can't top. This is arguably phenomenal. Family Guy at number one. And number two is really good, you know? So probably out of 10, Peter Geist, I would have to give it a 9 out of 10. Which means it's very, very well done. Again, very well done. But for it to get that extra point, I would have to see more Halloween at the end. And just kind of like, I don't think a Carrot Top stuff was necessary. I think they needed to pad time. So that's probably just where it lost me. But now, the moment everybody's been waiting for. The number one. The number one on the list of Family Guy Halloween episodes. Myself, Brett. Which maybe I should have introduced myself at the beginning. And the HHL, number one. And Then There Were Fewer. Season 9, episode 1/2. It's kind of a special, though. So it was one entirety, but now it's like 2 episodes. But And Then There Were Fewer is absolute cinema. You watch this and you say, this is incredible to watch. This is everything I want in a horror movie. Mystery, killer solving thing where it's incredible. Just twist after twist where you don't know who the killer is. You don't know what's happening. Could be any of them. And it's so good. It takes you on such a journey where the jokes aside, you genuinely watch this and it just has you captivated like you're watching a movie and you're trying to figure out who the killer is. And you're like, what's going to happen next? It's so good. And then you add in the jokes and it being a Family Guy episode, and it's like, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. Part of my favorite parts, well, I mean, the whole thing's favorite part. I mean, I know my sister loves it. This is like my sister's favorite episodes. Here, Then There Were Fewer. And like, I can see why. Because they're very well done here. This is very well done. Would probably just be Stewie saving Lois at the end, and he's like, oh, if anybody's going to kill that bitch, it's going to be me. I think that's very well done. Peter at the end, not picking up on Lois' cues that she got a gun to her. And he's being like, man, just give me the keys to the car, And he's like, oh, that's weird. Or he's like, whatever. And it's like, yep. Yeah, that'd be something Peter does, where he just doesn't understand that Lois is going to get killed. He's just concerned about himself, getting those keys. Everything is perfect about this. Like, everything is perfect. The setting, the mood of it, it's at night, it's in this big mansion, it's raining. Like, everything you want in that spooky fall Halloween vibe, this is it. Even though I don't know if it's probably not set around Halloween, but like, this gives you everything that you want in a Halloween setting and mood. So very well done. Out of 10, this will be the only 10 that I give out all episode. But this deserves the 10 out of 10 ranking. I know it's harsh on others, but this is it. This is peak. This is 10 out of 10. If I could rate it higher than 10, I'd probably give it like a 10.5 or an 11 out of 10. But we're not breaking the scale for this episode. We might later on. but not this one. This is perfect 10 out of 10. And then the reviewer, it's the number one best Halloween episodes of Family Guy. For sure. Hands down. No debating it. If you debate it, I'd love to debate with you. Like, what do you think is better? Do you think Peter Guy's better? Halloween on Spooning Street? Peter Punk Cheater? Must Love? Nobody thinks Must Love Dogs is the number one. Let's be real here. Peter Normal Activity, I can see. Happy Halloween. Like, I'd love to hear what you gotta think. Like, what is your favorite Family Guy Halloween? And do you think the new one's gonna be good? Because I don't know. I have my doubts about the new one. I truly do have my doubts about the new one. I think it could be good if they go the musical route. Or even if it's not a musical, I think it still could be good, because if it's like Peter Pumpkin Cheater, I think that's still fine. But, I mean, we'll see on that. I won't be making a new one about Family Guy once that one comes out. You know, I might talk about it, but I won't be making a new whole list and a whole new video about it, because that's just where it slots in. Nothing else is going to change. But that's going to be it for the Halloween Family Guy episode. I know it's a weird one to start off, and I know it's the middle of August, and I don't know when I'm going to be putting this out, because I am busy, but I'm trying, and my plan is to go the route of Bob's Burgers Halloween episodes, and then Treehouse of Horror, and then we start getting into the movies. So it might be a couple weeks for this one to even come out, but then once I start rolling, I'm going to just have like a backlog of them I'm trying to, so I could just start pumping them out and start doing them. Like 3 a week, maybe more. We'll see. I guess we'll see how busy I get. We'll see what the reception is, and we'll see if people like it or not. But that's gonna do it here. Let me know what you guys think. Let me say the classic line. Give me a like, follow, subscription. I don't know where I'm even gonna be posting this. Probably YouTube. It's probably gonna be YouTube. Still coming up with a name. HHL is kind of what I landed on. Halloween Hour Lounge, kind of where I landed on. I didn't want to just go Halloween Hour, because then it's like Haunting Hour, and it's like, well, I'm kind of ripping that off. But and then Lounge, I was just thinking of something, spur of the moment, came up with it in a minute, said, well, you know, we'll roll with it for now. If you want me to cover something, let me know. Got any feedback, let me know. Yeah, thanks for listening. If you want to be a guest, you know, hit up my line, see what happens. I'm looking for somebody to break it down with me. One man show to carry for 30 minutes, or over 30 minutes now. Now I'm just rambling, but over 30 minutes is a lot. It's a lot to do. So I think if a second person came on, it would make it a lot easier. Like my voice, I didn't have a drink of water here for 33 minutes, and I talked straight about Halloween Family Guy. Like, that's a lot to do. I'm just recording onto my phone, so the quality's probably terrible. I haven't even listened to it yet, but now I'm rambling. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys